But the thing is, I do it every day. I spend an hour with my kids every day, and I fully contend that an hour of direct, like focused, present, ooh, that's a good word, present time for just 1 hour, but you do it 7 days a week is way better than do it for a 5-hour crack on a Saturday. Spend 1 hour a day with your kids. If you got kids, man, kids are cool too. Mine are. I don't know about yours. Mine are really cool. Another side note, I don't understand how people are crappy parents. I just don't get it. Like it's that 1 hour is an absolute highlight of my day. My kids kick ass. They're so I don't understand how people have crappy kids. Because if you're a good person, you're gonna raise good kids.
What the hell's going on out here?
Hey, what's going on? Dr. Taylor. This is another episode of Fueled by Spite. This one, you might love me, you might hate. Well, hell, if you've been listening, you've already decided if you love me or hate me. But this one might hurt a little bit. I had this. This was a shower thought. Fun fact: just go down a YouTube hole, a Google hole of shower thoughts. And this is spiteful. If anything was spiteful, this is spiteful. This is upsetting. Very easily triggering. We talked about my thoughts on that word earlier. I'm just gonna put it out there. You're not enough. You're not. You are not enough. And a lot of you are like, well, I am. I am enough. But you're not. See, because if you were enough, you'd be happy. Are you happy? If you are happy, like truly, truly happy, cool. Then you're coasting, you're set. But generally speaking, if you have a feeling of unhappiness, if you have a feeling of lack, a feeling of doubt of yourself, of your situation, of your station in life, in my opinion, my biased opinion, that means you're not enough. You got to do more. You got to be better. That's part of the thing that drives me. I'm not enough. And you know how I know that I'm not enough? It's because I know there are people out there who are more than me. There are people out there who have what I want. There are people out there who do what I do, and they do it at a grander scale. They do it better. They do it bigger. From a podcast standpoint, they have more listeners. From a chiropractic standpoint, they help more people. They make a bigger impact. They make more money. They go on more vacations. They do more things. They have more experiences. I want those things. I want those experiences. I want that impact. I want that legacy. So that means I'm not enough. I have to work for it. I have to work towards it. That'll give you something to shoot for. So when I first come out and I tell you you're not enough, it's angering. It's upsetting. It's spiteful, appropriately so. But it's true. I mean, if you have any desire, any want to be better, to be more, to have more, to do more in any way, shape, or form, then you're not enough. You're not set. You're not where you need to be. Okay, Dr. Taylor, I will entertain this idea you have of me not being enough, even though numerous Facebook posts and Instagram pictures tell me I am. I'm enough. But I will entertain your idea of me not being enough. What do I have to do to be enough? You have to make better use of your time. First and foremost, some of you think you're busy. You're not busy. You're just inefficient. That is the best way to start to get closer to being whatever your version of enough is. And see, that's the thing. Like, it's your version. It's not my version. I don't know what your enough is. Hell, I barely know what my enough is. I just don't know. I don't feel that I am enough. So if you want to be enough, if you want to see that wonderful Instagram post with that frilly font that just says you are enough and you want to actually believe it, like deep in your soul, believe it. Not believe it as in like you're scrolling through and like, yeah, I needed that today. Anyway, let's see what else is going on here. Like to truly believe that you're enough, you have to make better use of your time. Where can we get more time then? How can I make better use of my time? Everyone's got the same 24 hours in a day. Everyone's got, the 8 sleeping, 8 working, 8 free, if you will. I don't have 8 hours of free time. You might. One of my biggest wastes of time is my phone. As much as I have bemoaned becoming an owner of the iPhone, one thing I do like about it is that I can scroll to the left really quick and see how much screen time I've spent. And then it's even shaded color by color, app by app. So it lets me know what apps I've spent the most time on. And sometimes I'm like, hey, you did a good job. Other times I'm like, ooh, man, you've wasted a lot of time. You haven't been very efficient with your time. Number one, how to be enough. Be better. You make better use of your time because you don't get more of it, but you got to make better use of the stuff you have. Number two, where do you get more time if you're not using your phone? I guarantee that you can find an extra hour at the end of the day, an extra hour at the beginning of the day. I need 9 hours of sleep. You probably don't. You could probably get away with 7. Textbook says I should have 8. Okay, cool. You can still get away with 8. There is so much stuff that we do at the beginning of the day and the end of the day that we convince ourselves is necessary. I need to wind down. How long should winding down take? Oh, but I'm a slow riser. Are you a slow riser? Like you are you are an adult who has more or less, I'm assuming, full control of your faculties. And one of your faculties is how you wind down and how you rise. Now, I will give a little bit of credence to the I need time to wind down thing because there is so much that goes on in the day that you have to compartmentalize and cope with and basically just contend with. Now, one of those things is going to be diet. Man, this has really turned into a health talk. And we've all had plenty. Okay, yeah. So you have an extra hour at the beginning of the day. You have an extra hour at the end of the day. That long story short, you were just using poorly. It's really what it comes. I don't have time to work out. You do it in the morning. Dr. Taylor, how do you have time to work out? I do it before everybody else wakes up. I mean, that's the long and the short of it. I used to work out at 6. Then we had some kids. So normally it's 6 or 7. That's when kids are rising. That's when wife is rising. So then my workouts got pushed to 5, sometimes 4:30. Why? Because I can leave the house, get in a workout, and come back home before anyone wakes up. There's an extra hour, hour and a half there. On the days when I'm being studious, I get an extra hour at night too, because I stay off my phone. Now, those days are few and further between than I would like them to be, but that's something I'm personally working on. You can find an extra 2 hours a day. I did a little math here in preparation for this. 2 hours a day, an hour at the beginning of the day, hour at the end of the day. That's 14 hours a week. 14 times 52 is an extra 728 hours a year. What could you do with an extra 728 hours a year? You become a fucking millionaire is what you can do. You can get the house of your dreams is what you can do. You can get whatever car you want. You could take the vacations you want with an extra 728 hours a year. An extra 728 hours a year, you can become enough. But I tell you right now, there's a really good chance that you're not enough. No matter how good and warm and fuzzy that Instagram post makes you think you are. What else we got here? 1 hour. This is a good one. I love this one. This is I David Meltzer put this into perspective for me. It's kind of what I practiced, and I thought I did it on my own. Spoiler alert: you don't do anything on your own. Nothing you have is original. Everything is stolen. But he had said something that I don't remember the exact breakdown of his timeline, but generally speaking, I spend about an hour a day with my kids. I'm in the office till 6 Monday through Thursday. So I get home at 6:05 to 6:30. They go to bed at 8, 8:15, 8:30 in there. So, and then we throw dinner in there. But let's say, generally speaking, I spend about an hour a day with my kids. Man, that's not a whole lot of time. In the short term, no, it's really not. And I 100% agree with you. But the thing is, I do it every day. I spend an hour with my kids every day, and I fully contend that an hour of direct, like focused, present, ooh, that's a good word, present time for just 1 hour, but you do it 7 days a week is way better than do it for a 5 hour crack on a Saturday. Spend 1 hour a day with your kids. If you got kids, man, kids are cool too. Mine are. I don't know about yours. Mine are really cool. Another side note, I don't understand how people are crappy parents. I just don't get it. Like it's that 1 hour is an absolute highlight of my day. My kids kick ass. They're so I don't understand how people have crappy kids. Because if you're a good person, you're gonna raise good kids. And I like to think I'm a good person despite all the swearing and stuff that goes on here and how brash and forward and confrontational I am. I'm a really good dad and I'm raising awesome kids. I don't understand how people can't do it. I really don't. But either way, neither here nor there. Well, actually, yes, here and here. Whatever. Raising kids Raising kids to be good people is not a hard thing to do. Raising kids is hard, absolutely, to contend with the schedules and everything like that, but we already talked about how we can find more time. The physical, traversing from A to B to C to D and keeping up with the hundreds of absurd school emails. Yes, that's kind of a pain in the ass, but the things that had to be done. But to like legit raise good kids, in my experience, not really that hard. Maybe I'm just lucky. Maybe my kids got two really good parents. But I digress. I don't digress. I'm just going to go back to the original topic. I'm a really good dad. Um, but part of it being is because I spend an hour a day with them. And when you say you only spend an hour a day with your kids, yeah, that does sound like a small number. But when you do it every single day, that will have a far greater impact than a than an intense and potentially annoying 5 hours on a Saturday. What happens when you spend all day with your kids at the end of the day, even though they're still just happy go lucky being kids, they get kind of annoying. And then you get annoyed with them. And it's not because you're mad at them, it's just because their high energy has been going on all day long, and you're not used to that. So find more time because you got an extra 2 hours at the beginning, at the end. That adds up to 728 hours a year. If you got something that requires your time, i.e., kids, give them consistent time. Don't try and lump it all in on the weekend. 1 hour a day is literally like, that's all I got. I got about an hour a day with my kids. Save for Saturdays and Sundays. We got more then, and I'll definitely pour more in then. But you give them consistent time, and that's what they're gonna remember. They're not gonna they're gonna if you don't do that, they are far more likely, in my opinion, according to a study that I made up for the statement I'm about to make, they are far more likely to remember you being absent Monday through Friday than they are to remember you being present from 1 PM to 6 PM on Saturday, in my estimation. Because what are these things? These are small incremental changes made up over time. You can't do this stuff all at once. Start waking up just an hour earlier. Do whatever the hell you want at the end of the day. Start waking up an hour earlier and get something done. Read a book, do something, go work out. That's when you find more time. Then start with that. Hell, if it's not an hour at the end of the day with your kids, spend a half an hour. but do it every single day. If you don't have kids, if it's your side hustle, cool. Because I'm sure you've got an extensive growing to-do list because you have all these ideas just blowing out of your head. And then you just get analysis paralysis. And then you sit there and look at that ever-growing list, but not actually accomplish anything. Just give yourself 30 minutes a day, whether it's with your business, your side hustle, your kids, your wife, your relationship, whomever, whatever it is you want to get better at, do it consistently, even if it's just for a few minutes, because that's how it starts. It comes with finding more time. You find more time, then you can be enough. But right now, you're not enough. And the reason you're not enough is because you waste so much time. This season, right now, is a perfect example. Going back to the chiropractic thing, what'd you do this weekend? Sat on the couch. Why? Because it's fall. What's that have to do with it? Well, Saturdays are college football, Fridays are the NFL. I sat on the couch all weekend and I ignored any kind of responsibility that I might have, whether it's family, whether it's relationships, whether it's work, whether it's me making me a better me, whether it's me doing what it is I need to do to become enough. You know why you're not enough? Because you watch too much goddamn TV. At some point during the day, I'll pull up Google, I'll check the score of the Vikes game, I'll see they lost again. I'll say, yeah, saw that coming. And then I'll carry on with what I'm doing. I can remember last time I watched 4 quarters of football. You know why? Because I got stuff to do. Why do I have stuff to do? Because I know I'm not enough. I've got people that depend on me, and I need to make sure that they are set. If they're set, then I'm set. Until I feel that they're truly set, I'm not enough, no matter what Instagram tells me. Maybe another cathartic experience. Man, I hope this helped you out, though. I hope it gave you some perspective. I hope it gave you perspective. I hope it kind of made you angry. I hope it made you angry enough to look inward. And in all reality, if you are enough and if you're truly happy, that's awesome. I'm happy for you. I hope to get there myself one day. So kudos to you. But if you're truly happy, that means I'm going to be on your tail real soon. I'm going to see what you did to get there, and I'm going to go do that. Another episode, Fueled by Spite. As always, like, share, follow. This was nice. Felt like I got a little something off my chest. Cool. Tune in next week. Share these reels, all this kind of stuff. Because as always, you will learn more here by accident than elsewhere by design. And if you don't, I'm sure your friends and family will. Thanks, guys. We'll see you on the next one.